Hey guys, and welcome to the channel. My name is Nick O'Leary. Now today we are diving into a topic that plug-in hybrid owners and electric owners will thoroughly appreciate, and that is one of these. That's Mercedes-Me Charge. So the UK government has set us on a path leading to 2030, when all new cars sold will be fully electric. So that leaves us with an infrastructure that is rapidly growing in the UK, currently sat at just over 40,000 connectors and growing at an average rate of over 1,000 per month. Which is great, but Chargepoints are owned by a provider, which means you need their own app to download and install to actually use it in the first place. That's fine in this case, but this one just down the road, a different ChargePoint provider requires you to download their app. And then this one, you need to download their app. You kind of see where this is going? Each ChargePoint provider in the UK requires an app to use it. So in the UK, there are a few ChargePoint providers. There's the Polar Network owned by BP Pulse, there's Ecotricity, PodPoint, Instavolt, Shell Recharge, GeniePoint, ChargerNet and Ionity. And for each of these apps you have to download, you then also need to register your payment details for the electricity that you use, and of course your make and model of car as well. So Mercedes-Benz have designed a service specifically combating this called Mercedes-Me Charge. And quite simply, it's one app, one payment method and one itemised bill each month. So first up, does Mercedes-Me Charge work with all charge points in the UK? And the short answer is no, but it does work with quite a lot of them, kind of consolidating most of them under one roof. Now, which ones are compatible with Mercedes-Me Charge? Well, Mercedes-Benz haven't released this exact information just because it's constantly changing all the time. But if you head to this website on the pop-up banner up above, and if that's not working, have a look in the description down below. Head over to this website and you can see for yourself the charge points which are compatible with Mercedes-Me Charge. Just like most Mercedes-Me services, it is a chargeable extra. However, on some models it is included free of charge. So you can check on the website or speak with your local dealership to be sure. So first up, let's run through the setup process on how to get it linked and order you one of these Mercedes-Me cards. And then we'll go to a charge point and show you exactly how it works in real life. So first up then guys, the setup of Mercedes-Me Charge. Now I must stress you must follow these steps step by step to get Mercedes-Me Charge activated. If you skip a step, then unfortunately sometimes it may not work very well. So on here right now, on the Mercedes-Benz website, head over to the menu button on the top left, but if you're on the desktop it'll be top right under My Mercedes-Me account. Go in here, Mercedes-Me login, and then just log in with your Mercedes-Me details. Now of course, just like normal, you can either pop in your password or get the Mercedes-Me website to send you a 6-digit login code. So I'll get it to do this code for me now. And then once you're logged in, it'll take you back to the same page that you were just on. So what we want to do then is press the menu button. Again, it may be on the top right if you're on a desktop. Tap on My Mercedes-Me account and then go to My Vehicles. And in here, just locate your Mercedes-Benz and then tap on it. So let me just find the car in question. So I'm looking for the EQC. There it is. Tap on that one and that will load straight up. Now, most importantly here, what we're going to do first is check to see if it has Mercedes-Me Charge. Now, I know this car does, but if we go to Manage Services on the right-hand side, this page here is like the kind of global master switch for all the Mercedes-Me services. So I'll put a link up above explaining what Mercedes-Me does. So I won't cover that in this video, we're just focusing on Mercedes-Me Charge. But as you can see here, there's quite a few things that Mercedes-Me does actually do and provide to the car. And these all have toggle switches you can turn on and off. But what we want is Mercedes-Me Charge. Now, I know I haven't actually activated this one yet. As you can see here, it's greyed out. So on this page here is how you toggle it on and then you press save. Now, if Mercedes-Me Charge isn't located on this page, if we just press the back button, what I would advise you do is go to the Mercedes-Me store. So back on this page here, go to the very bottom left, tap on Mercedes-Me store, and then in here you can see if it's available for purchase. So heading back to the managed services section, we're going to scroll down and find this Mercedes-Me charge again, toggle it on, and then hit save. On this bit here, this is what's referred to as a charging contract, and basically it's just registering your payment information. So what we're going to do is tap on now registering charging contract, and of course a bit of GDPR information, data protection, just tap next, and then this is going to load up the Mercedes-Me Charge website. Now if this is the first time that you're going onto this website, you should see a page very similar to this one. Now, I already have a Mercedes-Me Charge account, so this might look slightly different to what's shown on your screen, but quite simply you just select your VIN number, which is your vehicle identification number, or also known as the chassis number, and then you just scroll down and tap continue, and then basically it's going to go through a few steps to link your address, payment information, and of course ordering you one of these. Now if you have one already, brilliant. You can use that card, and then there's a unique number on the back you can punch in. But again, if you need to order one, they usually arrive within a week, so that's pretty fast. Now once you've finished this setup process, it can take up to 24 hours to start working, but luckily I've got Mercedes-Me Charge card here working on another car, so let's jump in that one and show you how it works on the road. Right then guys, so once you've activated Mercedes-Me Charge, just remember it can take up to 24 hours to start working, but what we're going to do now is search for a charge point. Now, using the sat-nav, you can obviously do this on the MBUX system, but you can also do this on the Mercedes-Me app if you're not in the car, and then send it through to the car as a kind of destination, send it over Bluetooth sort of thing. So, let's search for a charge point using this little symbol here, the charge point. And you'll notice here, most importantly with using Mercedes-Me Charge, the ones with the blue lines and the green dot there indicate it's a Mercedes-Me Charge. Now you can use, of course, the other charge points as well that don't have this, but you will just obviously have to factor in you'll need to download the relevant app of that provider. But the ones with those symbols mean you don't need any extra apps. You can use the inbuilt system with MBUX, or your Mercedes-Me Charge card, or the Mercedes-Me app. So here it is, literally here, the top one, the Willet arms. Let's head on in and show you how it works. Right, so we are here. So the first thing we do is go back onto the sat-nav and find that charge point. So this one, I said, is called the Willet arms. So we'll go on this one. Now, I said you can start this using the RFID card, the Mercedes-Me Charge card, but in this instance, the easiest thing by far is to do it on MBUX. So as you can see here, there's a button that's come up straight away that says Start Charging Session. And because we've done all the setting up beforehand, you quite simply click that button and that will connect to the charge point, and then you just plug it in basically, and it's that simple. So let's go do that now. And after plugging it in, it's as simple as that. So now we're on 83%, and because I plug this into the CCS connector, it's going to be charged in what looks like 15 minutes. So yeah, it doesn't take long at all. And that will quite simply just bill the credit or debit card that I linked to the Mercedes-Me Charge account. Now, of course, as I said, you can start this using the Mercedes-Me app as well, or you can use the Mercedes-Me Charge card, but honestly, the easiest thing is just to use MBUX. You just press the button on there and that connects to the charge point over the internet. It's as simple as that. Oh, and just before we go, I should also mention that you can go onto the MBUX system and view some more statistical information on the charge points that you're planning to visit. So for example, you know those symbols I mentioned, the blue arrows and the green dots. The green dot actually means it's available and ready to use. When it goes red, it means it's not available. And of course, those blue arrows, the more blue arrows there are, the faster the charge point. And when you're on that specific charge point, when you scroll down, of course, you can start that charging session, you can view the charging speeds and the connectors available, and most importantly as well, you can see the pricing of the pence per kilowatt hour that the charge point will charge you. So all around, a very, very unique and very useful experience for charging out in public. And there we go, guys, that concludes this week's video on Mercedes-Me Charge, exactly what it is and of course how to set it up in your Mercedes-Benz. Special thanks and a big shout out to Sandown Mercedes-Benz for allowing me access to, of course, film these awesome cars. As usual, let me know what you guys think in the comments section down below, and don't forget that subscribe button if you want to see more future videos just like this one. Until next week, see you guys then.